Hey there, Boots Owen here. This little fellow is what is known as, in German, a Werkstatt Ofen. It's a workshop stove. Ofen is typically stove in German. I bought it maybe 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago. In maybe a shop called Obi in Germany. Obi's like B&Q or Lowe's or one of those big, massive DIY stores. And they were just doing a special, and it might have been 99 euros. It also might have been 129. It was some number like that, but compared to all the other stoves they had that were like 100, or 500, 600 quid, this was really cheap. And it's quite efficient, I would say, efficient in that sense, in that it's probably as good as all the Defra stoves in the UK. It's marketed as, a Werkstatt Ofen, but the manual that comes with it, it's made by Wamsler or Wamsler or Warmsler, as they've been called in Ireland. I might say that in here actually, or maybe it says it on the back. If I open it up, it'll flare up again. No, it doesn't have a plate in there. We'll have a look at the back. What it does have, on the front, it has a damper, cast iron door frame, enamel tin covering and enamel tin side panels. Inside, a cast iron grill, tin ash box, cast iron base, and a little fire door, a little ash door there, and then it's got a riddler on the bottom. And it came with a tool, which I'll find in a moment. We'll have to look for it here, will we? Could be anywhere now. Where would it be? There it is. In with the lighters. This fellow was the tool it came with. Bottle opener, hook thingy on the end, but then at this end, you got a hook like that for the ash box, and it goes on like that to use the riddle, like that, and also to use it as a door handle. Now I've never found them. Well, I found the top one to be warmer, but that one, it's never been an issue. Top door, cast iron again, door frame as well, cast iron with a glass door. Glass doors are quite rare on these workshop stoves, and that's why I bought it, because I like that. Cast iron top. I've got this little fellow which came from Lidl or Aldi. Maybe Aldi? I think it's kind of nonsense, except when you look at the chimney there, it's all discolored from heat, apart from the bit the fan blows on. So it must be doing something right. I've installed it on a concrete flag, which is 6 inches off. The top of the flag is 6 inches because it's up on bricks off the wooden floor below. And it's got the right lead out in front to make it compliant with the regs, which is kind of nonsense, but I think it's compliant. Then distance to combustibles and all that of the chimney, I don't meet them up above, but I'll show you what I've done there. On the back, it's got a non-compliant elbow. This is just a folded up elbow, which I think is for tumble dryers that I may have brought back in my suitcase from the USA a long time ago. Let's try and look at the back. I've kind of started this because it's on, and it's cool to look at when it's on, because it's a bit more life in a fire. Oh, better. Might open it up again to get a bit more heat through it. Get the timber to come up. Around the back, have we got a plate? It's got a dual setting for coal or wood, so it's on set to wood now, and there's wood in it. Oh, the rating plate seems to have taken a bit of a bashing. It's completely melted. It's a bit silly. You're not going to make much of that. Yeah, that's seen better days. I've probably got a copy of that with the instructions. I don't know. I think they're back in a different place. I think they're elsewhere. So what I've done on this, I've shown this in a previous video, but it's kind of this is more of a 5-year install review, because I had it in a workshop for 5 years, and I thought, no, it'll be better in here in this big room, because this room didn't have a fire, and I like a fire. So I used twin wall coil flexi roofing or chimney, not roofing, chimney pipe. I fastened it to the ceiling using stainless strapping, just like that. Found the stud. Doesn't even have to be that tight as long as it's bearing the weight. And then if I look up here, you've got these fellows, these timber. I think they're for show more than structural. They might be structural, but I don't know that they are. And then that goes through, it's 5-inch, 125 mil, and it goes through a piece of insulated twin wall you know, proper click together stovepipe. And if you look back here through the V-Lux, you can see I've got 2 meters of that, and then I've got a cowl pot hanger above, and the pot hanger, the flexi goes the whole way up through the twin wall, so you're getting your distance to combustibles from the twin wall, because I think its spec is only 1/2 inch from the outside skin to combustibles, so it's easy to meet that. And I made up a little stainless steel collar around it just to make it look pretty. But it's far cheaper to do it that way than to try and bring solid pipe the whole way down at an angle. And where I was, I couldn't measure it when I was buying it, and so I just made it up out of flexi, and it works really well. Fire's up again. What's in it? Let's see. A couple of pieces of ash and a couple of twigs. That's why it's not going right. Let's put in an old fence post chopped up. That could be 30 years. Oh, a little puff of smoke. That's where it was in the ground. Those fence posts have done a lot of work. It's not poked it in properly. There you go. Those gloves are not my fire gloves. I don't use fire gloves. They're just gloves that are drying out. So let's put that in there. I love it. As a Werkstatt Ofen, it goes really well. You can see it, it just licks up. That little helicopter will start in a minute, and it'll warm this room up summer or winter with very little fuel. And what I've been doing is chucking in smokeless coal on top of it periodically, and you can burn turf in it. You can burn like compressed brown coal nuggets and that kind of stuff. It's really designed for brown coal nuggets and wood, but I'm going to struggle to show it to you because the door's a bit dirty and because there's too much wood in it. In the back you've got a set of jets, and it does that secondary combustion thing within the column, and then it has a flap going up and back, and I think I've got a bit of footage I can put in of cleaning that chimney as well. It's really easy to clean. In fact, I've never swept it. It only gets used maybe a couple of months a year, actually burning, you know. And if you just hit that, it's probably too hot now. If you just tap it, you can hear crumbs coming down. You only burn clean, dry stuff, and then periodically, and I've done it once so far in 5 years, there's a flap in here. You flick it forward and reach in and just scrape the dust out with your hand. You could vacuum it, but it's going to build up again. Oh, there we go. What does that let me see then? Oh yeah, that's good. There's a load of dust in there. Okay. I think it's wonderful. An Obi Werkstatt Ofen workshop stove. I recommend these. You know, this isn't a paid promotion or anything, but if you can get one cheap, and I suspect they're maybe twice that price now, they're still cheap at the price. It's lasted that long. If you were burning it every day hot, it might burn the guts out of it, but it's got vermiculite sides inside. Just works really well. Let's close it up again. Yeah, take a punt on one of these. I would say install the base properly. I didn't think it was going to stay here, but it has for 5 years. Install the base properly and it'll give you loads of loads of pleasure, loads of warmth. As it stands, I could just, you know, lift it off, lift those out and lift the flexi off, and you could move it. The idea was you could pretty much move it to any point in the room by just disconnecting 3 screws on the strapping. You could move it to any point into the middle of the room or anything like that if it wasn't going to be warm enough. But as it stands in winter, when it's on, you know, kind of 24 hours, the wall behind it gets warm, and the wall on the other side of that gets warm as well, just off the chimney and the radiant heat. It's quite amazing, really. You could go out and spend 1,200, 2,000 on a stove, but why bother when this one will do it? I think it's great. I might have said that a few times. I'll burn everything in it as well. Like sometimes I'll be emptying the ash and it's full of nails because I'll run pallets through it, I'll run old fence posts, but also good quality ash, stuff like that. There's a bit of plywood there that was driftwood from the beach. It's gonna go in. Yeah, it's hard to fault it really. It's about 1 meter tall and about, what would that be? 400 wide overall, maybe 350 wide millimeters overall as a square. Probably wider, well, I don't know, it's probably as wide as it is deep because you've got the door handles on the front, and then it's deeper because you've got that chimney and the distance to the wall. There's already fierce heat out of that. It's pretty excellent. I've never taken it apart. It's got screws on the top. I've never taken them off to look inside it or anything. I didn't want to trouble it, and I haven't. And it hasn't, I kind of suspected something like this could rot out. Never has. And it must be running pretty hot. That plate on the back, that rating plate, I hadn't noticed that was so bad. When I installed it, I used heat-proof silicone, which is not fire clay, you know, but put that around. And this elbow goes up into the flexi, which is not the right way to do it at all. The flexi should be going into a collar so that any rainwater running down the inside or any condensate running down the inside of the chimney won't just flow out. It should flow into the back of the stove, whereas in this, so it's completely wrong to have it done this way. It's never dripped, nothing's ever come out of it, there's nothing on the concrete below it, it's just worked. Now, that might not work in your situation, you should probably do it right, but I've just got to say, a workshop oven is the way to go, even in a house. You tell me what you think. Is this a silly idea or not? I've posted the other video about how to do the twin wall. It just works as well. It means you've got separation. Oh, there's the little fan just kicking in. What was that? I probably started the video a minute after I lit it, so we're about 12 minutes since it's lit, and it's already up to temperature for that thermo thing to work. Can't remember what they're called. Heat differential generator. I've posted a video somewhere else on YouTube if you look up chimney installation, or probably my fireplaces or my stoves or something like that, one of my playlists. Way up there, I've used that now twice. I've used it at home and I've used it here. Double skinned through the roof penetration, flashed out properly. I've actually used it out in the shed as well, but I haven't finished installing that stove at home. Haven't made the stove to fit. It means you've got triple insulation, basically. You've got 3 metal skins going up through the ceiling, through the roof. So the risk of fire is pretty low. I think it's safer that way. And it's also just really easy to put the twin wall up, then hang a pot hanger with the flexi coming down through it. What do you think? I'm getting hot standing beside it already. That's where I'm at. What do you think? Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.